Hey everyone, welcome to a little bit of woo woo. I'm Jill Thomas. So happy to see you guys. Wow, it's been weird, hasn't it? I appreciate the comments asking about the Biden, if Biden was going to pull out, and I intentionally didn't read on that yesterday because I wasn't getting a clear answer, and so I'm gonna kind of tell you what I was getting, and it makes a lot more sense now. So I kept asking the guys, "Is he pulling out? Is he pulling out?" And I was seeing two very clear answers. I was seeing Pelosi and the time for you to go camp on one side with a absolute you have to go. And then I was seeing him digging his heels in saying, hell no, I won't go. You guys are going to have to drag me out, kicking and screaming. And I have access to Secret Service to make you not do that. So I was seeing him over here going just mad, hurt, and sick. We've all been sick. That's a terrible feeling. And I was seeing them over here going, honey, sweetie, it's time for you to go, right? I wasn't getting clear answer on which side was going to win. I kept hearing my guys railing, more polls, more polls. They're polling like 18 ways to Sunday. How is this going to work out? Is it going to be Harris and Newsom? Is it going to be Newsom Harris? Is it going to be some other guy that I kept seeing another guy they're polling? I think there's two others that they're polling to see if it's a viable. And I don't know who these guys are, so they're not on my radar. So it's not Newsom. They're trying to figure out which is going to be the best choice. Interestingly enough, to me, as an outsider looking in, I'm not really an outsider, but whatever. We've seen Newsom a lot more on the news than even Harris. So I would say that they're leaning that direction. Regardless, I've gotten a much more clear answer. I do think he's pulling out. I think he's ready to. He's tired. He was seeing this as his duty. I think he's being pushed out. Do I feel like it's his choice? Yes and no, right? Sometimes you have to make a choice in life that you don't want to make. And, it's tough. It's tough for everyone. I feel really personally very sad because I felt like there was a mutiny going on in this party. And I, as someone who just feels like justice needs to be done, that just bothered me, my sense of justice. Having said that, the ultimate question is, can the Democrats win? Regardless of what party you sit in, I personally, when I'm looking at this intuitively, I have always seen the Democrats win. I have seen a protracted legal battle happening at the end. It feels like a state by state thing. It feels like they're already organizing it now. They're already figuring out how to play this game. I've read before that they used that the Trump issue last time was kind of a warm up, and they figured out the legal wording to use and which legal firms to hire to go state by state to try and fight some of the results. I do see that happening. I do see this being a big legal thing, but I ultimately see a Democrat winning next time. One thing I will caution you on this, and that is what I'm seeing. Some of you are going to be happy to hear that. Some of you are going to say that I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? I have been wrong before. I'm human. One thing I will say is that we needed to, as humans, stop looking at the president as the savior of everything. I will personally tell you, I am not a fan of Bidenomics. I don't think I'm not impressed. I'm Michaela Maroney over here, not impressed by Bidenomics. But some of the stuff happening on the other side doesn't impress me either. So I would caution each of you to question whether you're really thinking that the person that is president is going to save your life and then it's going to make things good for you. You save your life. You make things good for you. Your decisions improve or hurt your quality of life. You have a lot more power in this than you realize. Now, to some extent, we don't have a lot of power. We can vote once, we get to choose, but the decisions happening at that level aren't something we have a say in. We do have more of a say in our governors. We do have more of a say in the propositions that get on our ballots, which ones we vote for there. I would encourage you to spend more time with that. I'm not saying don't follow the election. I mean, I'm watching it. I've got popcorn. Sometimes I have a little melatonin so I can sleep at night after watching some of this stuff. It's just insane. But pay attention to kind of the individual on your community level, what's happening, how can we gather ourselves together in the spirit of love and try to work together as a team to make the community better. Look at it on that perspective. That would be my opinion on that. That's not psychic, but psychically, I am seeing the Democrats winning eventually. Now, those of you who are concerned about the deficit, I will say, as a connoisseur of macroeconomics, both sides do this. So, one side is not better than the other on this. There are certainly lots of issues that one side has a different take on than the other side. And I hope that we can all find some common ground moving forward. But I do see we're going to get an answer imminently. Maybe even before you even watch this video, they've already announced it. They are really softening it. I'm watching this sort of quote leaked information kind of filtering its ways to different channels. That usually tells me they've already made a decision. So yeah, they've already made a decision. I think we're getting an answer possibly this weekend, possibly Monday, maybe even later this afternoon. As far as the who goes, I'm not sure that we're going to know that until the convention. I feel like they already know. But I'm again, they're continuing to make polls. They're doing it with different ages. They're doing it with different demographics. What if we only poll white women? What if we only poll Black women? And they're messing 18 ways to Sunday. I do see very clear that it is Harris, but whether it's Harris president or Harris vice president, I don't know. I do feel like Newsom is probably the number one choice, but I don't know. I'm also seeing two other guys they're polling, and these are not guys I recognize. So, I'm from California, so there you go. One thing, one of my guides has a very strong sense of humor. So he was showing me something at the end that I thought was very funny. I saw him meeting with Nancy Pelosi, and I saw him, Nancy Pelosi, kind of, you really should go. It's time for you to just, not do this anymore, not do this to yourself. And I could just imagine Joe Biden saying to her, well, bless your little heart. Now, those of you from the South can put in the comments what that actually means, because YouTube won't let me say it. So on that, I hope you have a great weekend. Love you guys. Don't worry about this. It's going to be okay. Either whatever happens, it's going to be okay. So see you later. You take care. Okay. Bye.